Hey, Notion just launched Notion Mail, and it can be integrated with your Gmail account. Do you want to learn how to use it? In this video, I'm going to do just that. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's get to it. So this is the official website of Notion, and on the top, you're going to find product, hover on it, and then go over to mail, click on it. It's going to take you over to this page. Now you need to click on get Notion Mail for free. It's going to redirect you over to the mail.notion.so. And here I already have made an account. I integrated my Gmail account with Notion. And I'm going to show you a complete integration from scratch with another email. And then I'm going to do a step-by-step on each of these features on Notion Mail. So on the top, I'm going to click on it to switch to my other account. So this is going to show up after you've signed in the first time. And it's going to ask you to keep the best and split the rest. So on the right hand side, you can see the preview, and on the left, I can split from the inbox like this, and I can keep it in inbox. This is for calendar, social, promotions, GitHub. All this information is from my email. So I can split the calendar into a different view, social into a different view, or keep it in the same inbox. I can keep all of them in different views, labels on the left hand side. So let's click on continue. And now we're in the inbox. This is the same inbox that you see when you are on Gmail. So on the top, I can click on this to select everything, and I can delete them if I want to. Or you can also press delete on your keyboard to delete everything. There's also archive. You can press E for it, set reminder, mark read. There's mark as spam, and can give them different labels. Or if you want, you can also auto label, which we are going to look at next. So if I click on auto label, I can describe the type of email to label. It's going to automatically select those emails that fit the description that you type in here. So let's say I press this one, which is security alerts for my accounts. So when I press on it, it's going to automatically detect the relevant emails, and it's going to label it as account security. So like here, and you can teach him on how to label future emails. So just like here, you can say, okay, this one is account security email or not. Is this your account security email? No, it's not. So we're just going to keep it on X again. But these, it has detected really good. It is in the right. And that's great because we do not want it to be X. We want it to be check. Now I can do more by clicking on that down arrow, and I can see more of these over here, and they're all checked. That's good. Now let's click on save. And on the left hand side, you'll find that we got account security label. This is our first view. Let's click on next here. And it's going to take us inside that account security view. This is the label that it has created. And if you want to rename this, you can click on here to rename it, change the icon of it. And you can also change the icon like this and rename if you click on these three dots and rename. You can also press on Ctrl+Shift+R to do the rename. You can also delete this by clicking on these three dots and delete button. You can delete this view from here. That was for auto label. You can also split from inbox or keep in inbox, stuff like that. All right, so that was for auto label. And next to it, we got filter. So let's go to inbox and click on filter. You can filter based on all of these. So we can say, okay, is it social or not? Is it a social email? Then it's going to filter that like here. So all the YouTube emails from YouTube are going to show up over here. I'm going to say is not. You can also go for from, and you can type in the domain where you are expecting an email from, or you want to filter it out. You can do that like GitHub. It has been selected here. There's also mailbox. Does it contain the inbox email, sent, spam, archive, trash? So you can click on these. If it contains spam, so we're going to click that, remove that from here. You can also say does not contain inbox emails, and you can save it from here. You can also save it as a new view. So you can have this filtered inbox as a different view. Over here, you can save that as a different view. You can also reset this. So on the top, you're going to find that this is currently in orange. That means it's active. The filter is active. And if I want to reset it, I'm going to click here, and it's going to make it blue again. That means that the filter is now inactive. And here you can see all of the different stuff like unread. We can add that on here on the applied section, read, attachment. When you click on all of these, it's going to show up on here in the applied section. Let's click on reset again. All right, on the next to this, we got edit view. We can group them by date, important, email domain, priority, label, unread, that way. We can group these emails here. There's filter again. This basically works the same way as this blue one, this filter icon. You can add filters from here. There are properties. You can look at that. You can hide or unhide these shown in the mail list. So you can hide the files, labels, body. So if I click on this to hide it, it's going to hide that body. And on the bottom, you can see hidden in mail list. So I can take the category, I can enable the category again. And it's going to show the categories and the body. It's going to show the body as well. You can add more properties if you want to by clicking on this button. That way. Let's go back and we can customize hover actions. So what this basically does is, let's say I hover on one of these emails like that. I can see the preview of these emails. These are the hover action buttons on the right hand side when we hover on a particular email. And if you want to customize these, we're just going to click on this and customize hover actions. Like over here, this is the start, and I can change the icon of this. I can make it heart. I can also change when the label is applied, archive, delete, no effect, that way. There's also hide hover action or delete hover action. And you can change the label of this to, let's say, cold outreach. And when we go into the cold outreach on the left hand side, you're going to find that that action button is different. You're going to find that it is not here. And if I go over to inbox, I'm going to find that this is here. This is apply cold outreach. So if I click on it, put that inside the cold outreach, it's going to auto label, update it. So if I go over to cold outreach on the left hand side, I'm going to find that email over here because it's now been labeled as cold outreach. And just like this, if I go over here again and customize, we've got all of these other action buttons. I can add an hover action as well. So in this case, let's say I want to add an unsubscribe button from the sender. So I'm going to click on it and add that on the bottom. Now let's go back and you can see here on the top that we've got all of these. And you can see on the top, we've got the preview of how it will look like. And I can move it up and down as well. So I can just drag it and move it up, drag this down that way. Let's go back and you're going to find that the unsubscribe button is here when I hover on these emails. So if I click on this, I can unsubscribe from this email like that. And now it's unsubscribed. You can add more hover actions. You can reply to sender, mark as spam, command. Now next to this, we've got refresh button that is going to refresh Notion mail. And it's going to check if there's a new email on it. So that was for on the top, what you could do. And I already showed you this before that you can hover on these to view a preview of that email. On the left hand side, you can click on this to compose a new email. You can also press C on your keyboard to compose a mail. You can add a recipient, subject, and just like you do on Notion, you can also press slash on your keyboard that is next to the shift button, slash, and you're going to get the blocks like you see in Notion. You can select these blocks. You can embed an image in your email. You can add the schedule, which is integrated in Notion, Notion calendar. There's a to-do list and a lot more. If I go down, I can also color it, the background, and I've also got the snippets, which we are going to look at later in the video. But what this does is, let's say I want to reply to someone or send an email to someone. I do not have to keep changing different things in it. Let's say I want to reply to someone over here and I want to reply to them. I'm going to go down and click on reply, and inside here, slash, and go down, scheduled reply. There's scheduled reply, schedule outreach, follow up. So let's click on that. And when I pressed on that, you're going to find that the first name that was in this format changed into Neil because this email was from Neil Patel. And that's why the first name is now as Neil. So because of these snippets, you do not need to keep writing these small things. For example, just as we saw the name, and if it does not detect these things inside it, you can just click on them and add your own. You can also edit subject by clicking on these three dots, and you can hide the subject or edit the subject from here. CC BCC, and on the bottom you can ask the AI to write your email or reply to that email. Like here, you can ask the AI to draft an email and such. There's also add attachment, insert snippet. You can create a new snippet, turn into snippet, so you can turn this draft into snippet, and all these. There's also the calendar, that Notion calendar built inside the Notion mail. So I can click on it and connect the Notion calendar. And once you've connected it, I can click on it again. I can click and drag like this, and I can assign a block like this. This schedule here is now added in the email. And when someone clicks on this, they can schedule the meeting with the Notion calendar. This is really good. And let's just delete this. And when we preview this email, we also have got these on the top. These are again the action buttons, the unsubscribe to delete. And if we click on these three dots, we can mark it as spam. We can mark it as spam. We can report phishing, and we can also block this email. And you can switch between these email previews. So if you want to go to the above email, you can do so by clicking on these up and down arrows like this. Let's close it. And on the left hand side, I already showed you this. You can click on this on the top, and you can switch accounts, or you can add another account as well. So far, I've not found a way to log out from Notion Mail. So that is one thing that you need to keep in mind. Below this, we've got search. You can search the emails from here. These are views. These are like label views, and I can go inside each of these. They're all specific to what you want inside it. So you can create more views from here by clicking on it, or you can also auto label to separate different emails in different views and show up on the left hand side. So you can describe your view just like we did here in the auto label. We can configure a view manually. So we can click on this, and we can apply filters to this view. So if the emails are social emails or not, so you can social media emails or not. So you can click on is a social media email, is a promotional email, and that way you can save this into this new view, and you can rename this view, change the icon of this like here, give a different color, and that's how to configure a manual view here. You can also use a template here, so you can click on this, and there are a lot of these different templates that you can use. The social media template, the travel template. So all your travel related emails are going to go inside this travel view over here. There's also unsubscribe and other ones. So let's start with a blank one. Let's name it something different here. And you can group by priority, email domain, or read, unread. Let's go with priority. Let's create the view. And over here, you can click on this to edit the view. Also, you can click on Edit View. And in here, in Filter, you've got all this. You can also go for Properties, make changes here, add more properties. In Group, you can group by date and all the other ones. Now on Test, down here on Test, this is the view we created with the template, with the blank template, and we can click on this edit view and group by important to do. These are all over here in the view, so I can remove the grouping as well. I can click on these, make changes to the colors, the text, set it as default or delete from here. The filter you can also access from here. Instead of going here, you can also access the filter by clicking over here, add a new filter and such. The properties, you can remove them. So subject, you can remove these, and hidden in mail list, you can enable it back. And that's how to make a simple view. And that's how to make a simple blank view template. And you can also go to use template and choose one of these. So I can go for a travel one. You don't have any emails from the domains in this template. So if it detects any travel emails, it's going to group by domain of these travel companies into that view. So you can add it. And just like that, here we have got domains inside this view. And I can go here in properties. I can go in this group over here, and this is email and domain. This is grouped by email and domain instead of the label or priority. And if you want to add more domains to it, you can just search for a keyword. There's no physical add button, so you can just search for it. Just type in the travel company that you have bought from. For example, I'm just going to type in Skyscanner. It's a popular website which gets cheap flights. So here it has suggested this. And on the right of this, you're going to find a plus icon. So click on it. I'm going to add it over here. You can also add an email like this. You can add it from here. So that's how to add an email or domain in the group view. Now let's click on less to show less views over here on the left hand side. The first one is all mail. It doesn't take into account what view we have assigned. It's just going to show all the emails inside it for this Gmail account. And there's sent, the emails that you have sent to people. There's draft, spam, which is going to show up all the spam emails, and the trash. Next up, we got settings. Let's click on that. And this is your account settings first. This is inbox. You can change the theme mode. So this is based on your system currently. I have dark mode on my system. That's why it's showing up as dark. I can change it to light if I want. I can make it dark again. There's thread style. This is how the email will open up. This is currently a center peak. You can make it side peak and full page. I'm going to show you what it does. So if I click on this, it's going to have this center peak type style, right? And if I go over to settings and make it side peak, it's going to show up from the side like this. And if I want to make it so that it's full page, I can do that as well. I think this is less productive. It's much better to have either the center view or the side view. So let's go over here and make it side view. I like this side peak version. There's auto advance. You can choose where to navigate after archiving or deleting a thread. There's font size. You can change the font size. You can make it regular, small, and you can see here the font changes as we change it to small, regular, and large. We got Notion AI. This is your auto labels. You can click on this, the three dots, edit it, edit the description in it, and you can deactivate it as well. So then the auto label is not going to work if you deactivate it. Like here, it says the auto label, the label's automation will permanently deactivate it. It can still be used manually. It's going to deactivate the auto label, but then you can still use the label as is and put things inside it, but you have to do it manually. You can create from here and it's going to show up this thing again, the auto label, and you can just describe what you want to do. So let's say I want to add all the creative market design offers into a new view. I can do that. I can split all the travel bookings and confirmations into a new view. And that way it works. So that was for Notion AI, and there's Gmail filters. You can assign these Gmail filters here. You can edit them. It's going to take you over to Gmail for this. Why? Because it is actually Gmail. Notion Mail is like a layer on top of it. The backend is Gmail still. Next up, we got snippet. So these were the snippets I was talking about. You can create a new one. You can assign the short code for the snippet. You can assign the label for it and the snippet content. So I'm going to show you one of them, like this one, the schedule outreach. So I'm going to edit it. And you can see here that this is first name. This is going to change into the first name of the email. So you do not have to type in again and again each time when you try to send or outreach to your client. And you can like select the line and you'll have all this on the top. The font editing. There's also improved writing. So you can use the Notion AI to improve your writing in it. And if you want, you can write an email from here. So you can ask the AI and click on this to improve the writing. So that is what it does. And there's a schedule here, like I've already shown you before. There's a schedule. This is connected with your Notion calendar. There's insert snippets, add attachment, ask AI, and insert availability. So that was it for the snippet thing. On the left-hand side, we got signature next, and you can include on replies and forwards. You can disable or enable this from here. If you do not want this sent with Notion Mail, so like when you send an email with Notion Mail, it's going to show up this sent with Notion Mail. It kind of works like when you try to send with your iPhone, it's going to show, okay, send with iPhone or send with Apple that way. So if you want to disable this, you can do so from here. You can just disable this from here. You can also edit signature in Gmail. Like I said before, Notion Mail is like a layer on top. It's not exactly a standalone mail software. So it's still kind of relying on a Gmail. So for custom signatures, you have to click on this open, and it's going to take you over to the Gmail settings. And if you scroll down, you can change your signature here, create a new one and such. Click on this to close it. So let's close that. And next up, we got account. You can export your data from here. And it's going to say that export is started. You can check back in a few hours. Here it says export data, exported data, and you can click on the link below to export your data. These links will expire on this date. So you can download this file to your computer. So it gets downloaded as data.json file, and you can use it again. It's basically a copy of your mail data. Then there's workspace, there's members. It's going to take you over to notion.so, where you can add new members, and the plans, which is going to take you over to the Notion plans page. And if I hover on these emails, I can see start this email. I can do that. It's going to start this email over here. I can also set reminder set to April 18th, and you can undo it if you want. And on the left-hand side, there's reminders like here. It's showing up like this. And yeah, that's it. That's how to use Notion Mail. Did this video help solve a problem? Let me know with a like and comment. And if you want to learn more about Notion, you can see all my tutorials on Notion on the right hand side. So see you there, and bye for now.